Hello, we're here at the Wallace Collection, which has opened its doors yet again to the usual suspects: art enthusiasts, Jones groupies, and bus drivers.
And not just any old bus driver. When he's not driving his bus, he's painting or he's teaching art. And one of his pupils is 82, so it's not too late for me.
Welcome back to Portrait Artist of the Year 2019.
Today, 9 new artists have their sights set on the semi-final, and 5 of them are professional. Jishen Chen, Emil Nicola, Sarah Gibson, Rosso Spotto, and Salvatore Fulham.
I'm very scared because I'm quite a nervous person, so I suppose I'm just gonna just try and remind myself to keep relaxed.
And they're joined by 4 amateur artists: Sebastian Bishop, Takondwa Matwali, Stephen Wood, and Ellie Preston.
I don't have many concerns or anxieties, but I'm sure they'll come about during the day. I'll probably go quite red. That's often how it happens.
To claim a place in the semi-final, artists must create the best portraits they can in a strict 4-hour time limit.
I feel like I could use more time because I could mess it up at this point.
Painting one of 3 high-profile celebrities and creating artwork that divides opinion.
I really like it.
Do you?
Yes.
I think we're all in very different places.
Artists will have to convince the judges that they know what they're doing.
You're going to wait till the last moment when the pressure is the most, and then you're going to do the eyelashes. That's a really good plan.
There's a fabulous prize, a £10,000 commission to paint global singing icon Sir Tom Jones for the National Museum of Wales.
So who's got what it takes to secure a place in the semi-final?
So you're painting in a medium you're not used to painting in.
Yeah.
That if you make a mistake, it's a
You're
disaster.
doomed. Yeah.
Great, how are you feeling?
Quite good.
As the artists set up their equipment, the judges review the self-portraits which earned them a place in today's heat.
So welcome to the Wall of Faces. We start with this elegant piece.
Yeah, it's like a little Victorian gem, and the highlights that the artist has used are done beautifully to make it so sort of luminous.
This concept of passport photography gives a more rounded picture of what the artist is like. You know, it's one side of her character comes out, it's quite humorous, there's a serious one, and it's all there.
So quintessentially of a particular artistic canon from the East.
But also it's got a bit of surrealism in it, with these lovely petals which are just sort of dancing. And actually, I think, a really peaceful, charming self-portrait.
What's interesting is the composition. He's not doing much different, but the amount of shoulder we get is unusual. I mean, just sort of half the canvas is blue, but it just changes it from what we're used to.
And then we come to this. There's a story here, isn't there? Something
disturbing. But I think that's why we liked it, isn't it?
Yeah, we liked it because there's so much going on. You know, your eye's travelling around like mad, and you've got this sort of crazy face that's pushed right the way up to the top of the canvas.
It's sort of brilliantly odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
The way she situated herself in the canvas, you've got a lot of the shoulders, and the head is larger than life size. At the same time, it's caught her mid-movement. It's very lively because of that.
Then there's this very arresting face.
And it's lovely to have someone working with watercolour in a different way. You know, we're used to watercolour being slightly wishy-washy and suggestive, but it's really definitive here, and they've allowed the colour to soak into that background.
It's impressive, isn't it? Really impressive. I think I like it because it almost looks like she's run her painting to look like a piece of marble or something. You know, it feels cold, it feels heavy. I mean, I really love it.
So, through the round window, somebody looming out at us.
It's really beautifully painted, and you've got a fantastic sense of depth, partly because of the darkness around the head, but also because of these little sort of touches of colour that are pushed and pulled backwards and forward.
It feels a different sort of painting.
It feels medieval Italian to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's saying the
Dante.
equivalent of your taxi's here.
All set for a new portrait, it's time for the artist to find out whom they will be painting. Artists, your sitter today is a 4-times Brit Award nominee, and she's since reworked all her hits with an orchestral twist. Please welcome Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Since shooting to global fame in 2000 with Spiller's Groove Jet and her later hit Murder on the Dance Floor, Sophie has become a prolific, multi-platinum selling recording artist.
I was thinking maybe like this. No.
Well, you're very welcome here. Now, I'm interested in this reworking of your hits.
It's just fun doing something that's maybe very disco and just taking it into a different area. And it's really fun working with a massive orchestra and hearing everything take on a whole new life.
Perhaps you could think of some tune while you're sitting here.
Yes, I think
How
I'm
will
going to
you
have time to
occupy your
think.
time?
I'm not somebody that gets much time to just sit and be a little bit more still, so I'm hoping it's quite zen, and I'm going to try and imagine what's happening on the other side of the easel. That's what I'm going to do.
Artists, your sitter is a force to be reckoned with in theatre, film and television. It is the formidably talented Adrian Lester.
An Olivier Award-winning actor, Adrian has starred in everything from Shakespeare to musical comedy, as well as major film and TV dramas, including the BBC's hit series, Hustle.
I'm good.
How are you feeling?
Nervous.
Nervous, yeah?
Although I don't have to do anything.
Well,
it's weird. Why am I nervous?
well, you say that, but have you thought how you're going to approach it?
Yeah, I've learned my lines.
Right, good.
And I've learned all the dance steps.
Good.
So I think I'll be okay.
I think a bit of dancing would go down well, actually.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I
That
would.
would help. Just kept moving.
Artists, your sitter today is far more than a music producer. He's a songwriter, he writes music for film, and he plays every instrument under the sun. Please welcome Nitin Sawhney. From collaborating with the likes of Sir Paul McCartney and Ellie Goulding to scoring Hollywood blockbusters like Mowgli, Nitin's diverse accomplishments have earned him an Ivor Novello Lifetime Achievement Award. You're very welcome. Is there any instrument you don't play that you would like to play?
Loads. Cello, actually. I'd love to play
Oh,
cello.
yes, I can see you playing the cello.
Can you?
But what is impressive is your musical sensibility, because there's nowhere you do not go.
I see music as a universal language, so in that respect, I'm always looking for different ways to express ideas.
Artists now, how would you like, Nitin?
I think the main thing, you get comfortable, because
Okay,
it's like 4 hours, a long time.
Where are you going to look?
Straight ahead, yeah.
Straight ahead.
Have something like to look at.
Okay.
Maybe if I face a little bit more this way so that you guys are
Yeah,
both...
that's perfect.
But primarily, are you comfortable?
I am. 2 minutes in, I'm fine.
Artists, there's only so much preparation you can do, and I can tell you're dying to get started.
You have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
Every artist begins a portrait in their own way. Some use modern technology.
Could you maybe put your hair behind your... Yeah, thanks. That's great.
Some like total precision. While others have a more traditional technique.
Emil, I was very happy to see you were holding your brush in that classic artist way. What's that, to get proportions?
To get proportions right, to get the stance of the model, because obviously he looks very athletic. When you're athletic, the head's slightly back, and you have the chest up, not in an arrogant way.
Yeah,
you say,
sure.
Yeah, I'm here, you know.
Yeah. Professional artist Emil Nicola is from Albania and took 7 hours to paint his self-portrait. He takes commissions and teaches art, but has to fit all of this around his other job.
Now, I understand you drive a bus?
I do.
Well, so how does an average day look for you?
Very busy. I normally work in the evenings.
Teach during the day,
Yeah,
drive a
during the
bus
day,
in the evening, and then do you paint at night?
A lot of times, not every night, it's impossible.
Wow.
Tiredness, but that particular portrait that I've presented this time is probably between 1 and 4 o'clock in the morning. That's why the eyes are almost closed, because I couldn't keep awake. Basically.
Wow, that's a punishing schedule.
It is.
Well, if you need a kip, there are a couple of sofas over there.
Oh, thank you. That's great.
I'm doing my customary nose first. I kind of just always do that. I don't know why. It's like it's the centre of the face, so I think I'm just going to stick to what I'm used to at the moment because I'm nervous.
Fine art graduate Ellie Preston created her self-portrait as a gift for her parents when she left home. A keen Arsenal supporter, she works in an ice cream shop and paints every day, aspiring to become a professional artist. Well, the first question that occurs is why such a strong blue background so suddenly?
I'm really looking for something which is my own style, and I think that skin tone is too often pink and yellow and cream. I want to colden it a little bit.
Sort of Northern European coldness.
Yeah, a little bit. And her skin is so beautiful that I kind of want to capture a blue glow to it, really, but not so much that it looks like she's got a skin condition.
Salvatore, I can see you've got quite a good likeness already. Always from life?
No, I paint from videos and from
everything.
Pictures.
And have you got equipment here?
No. I tried to get my nan's iPad, but she wouldn't give it to me.
A professional artist from Lucan in Ireland, Salvatore Fulham took 1 month to paint his submission. He tends to include more of the figure in his portraits to show that likeness isn't just about the face.
I'm fascinated that your key point of interest is the sort of slope from the shoulder down.
That was the most interesting bit for me. I'm into like the spaces that people are in as well.
Yeah.
So this really gives you a lot of interesting narrative in the background, doesn't it, Salvatore? Well, it looks like you're inspired, so we'll let you get on. It's a good start.
Whether it's oils, Chinese ink, or watercolour, an artist's choice of medium can dictate the speed of their progress.
What's going on here? Big grid. It's like my maths homework.
Well, it is, yeah. I use the grid method because I want to get it as accurate as possible. With watercolour, it's not like, oh, you can change it as you go. If you make a mistake, that's it, you're doomed.
Oh, I see.
So,
that's a high wire act, then.
It is, yeah.
Part-time carpenter Stephen Wood is an army veteran with no formal art training. The judges were struck by his use of watercolour, giving impressive depth and texture to his self-portrait.
So you've all painted in watercolour for a long time?
No, this has been my 4th painting.
This is your 4th painting?
Yeah, my submission was my 3rd.
You are a brave man.
Well, if you're going to put yourself under stress...
Why not put yourself under more stress?
Yeah, that's right.
So you're painting in a medium you're not used to painting in.
Yep.
That if you make a mistake, it's a
You're
disaster.
doomed, yeah.
Great. How are you feeling?
Quite good.
The artists have just over 3 hours left.
I've set the face positioning, a good likeness. It could go better, but I'm okay. I have a good feeling about it.
I want to get the main details down, and then I'm going to start painting them in. I'm still going to start in the centre, just work my way out and see how far I get.
I'm just trying to get a base coat of every colour down. And once I have the base coat of every colour down, it's just detail. How I know if I'm doing the right thing, well, I don't know, really. I don't know anything.
I'm just trying to keep on my style and block it in. But I have like no idea of a time limit. I feel like it goes quite a lot more quickly in here. But I think I'm on track, but I've got no idea.
Here at the Wallace Collection, the artists are 1 hour into painting Nitin Sawhney, Adrian Lester and Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
You're right.
Yeah.
For most artists, 1 brush at a time is enough. But a specific skill is needed for traditional Chinese painting, where tone and colour are tackled at the same time.
When you color, like Chinese painting, use 2 brushes. So this brush is with a color and then swap to another brush because this is like just water and then use this one to make the tone. That's how Chinese technique works.
Professional artist Gibson took 130 hours to complete his submission. He's the proud owner of 20 hats, 40 bow ties, and over 70 pairs of socks.
Gibson, I don't want to talk to you about your painting.
Okay.
I want to talk to you about the other work of art.
Oh, okay. That's
Your
fine.
outfit.
My outfit?
Something you just threw on this morning?
Yes.
You are a very dapperly dressed man. May I congratulate you?
Thank you so much.
So clothes are obviously important to you.
Yes, when you tell people I'm artist, no one's, you must be wearing like dirty clothes at home, got lots of whores, but no, that's not true. Artists also got styles as well.
Got lots of whores?
Yes.
Whores?
Holes, yes.
Oh, holes?
Holes.
For a minute there,
Okay.
I thought we'd gone into a whole other conversation. Anyway, nice piece of work.
I've just about finished my sketching out now. This next stage is the underpainting. I mean, because I've got the foundations of it down, not much can go wrong in this stage.
Warehouse operative Sebastian Bishop took 7 hours to create his self-portrait. He has a methodical approach, taking care over his initial sketch.
So this bit's always really interesting for me, the moment that fantastic drawing becomes a painting. What's the challenging bit about that for you?
I think it's trying to keep some of the dark lines in the painting.
Oh, so you want to incorporate the lines?
Yeah, I'd like to show the charcoal and then the underpainting all coming through so you can see each layer.
Oh, Gil, it's going very well. I'm going to enjoy watching this unfold.
Thank you.
Sarah, I noticed you spend quite a lot of time thinking.
Yes.
And looking. Is that a really important part of the process for you?
Absolutely. It's now at this very delicate stage where I can see that I haven't quite gotten the likeness. I guess I've been looking a lot, trying to find out exactly where the problems are.
A professional artist from Cincinnati, Sarah Gibson took 12 hours to complete her self-portrait. After studying in Florence for 7 years, she now sells her own work and teaches part-time at the Edinburgh Atelier of Fine Art.
I am curious, though. I mean, you're a contemporary young American woman, but you chose to go old school to study.
I suppose I think about the training not as being an end in and of itself. It's just allowing me then to have the tools to make the decisions I want to make in terms of style. I think that it takes years after graduating to start finding your voice. I'm hoping that I'm starting to do that.
You're breaking out from it. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I'll let you carry on.
Thank you.
In celebration of past masters, today's backdrops also draw inspiration from artists who successfully broke from convention.
So, Ty, theme of the day.
Abstract art. We've taken the clean geometric shapes of a Mondrian, his basic colours of yellow, red and blue.
And then Nitin is sitting in front of a very emotional wall of colour.
What do you mean by emotional?
Well, it's that colour that makes me... It's associated with lust and passion. I mean, that sort of red is... Well, it is with me.
I'm thinking...
Am I turning you on?
Posh hotel curtains, but yes.
Oh, well, there you go. No soul, Ty, no soul.
No, of course. It's based on later abstraction like Roscoe. And we've taken that abstract journey further in the example behind us, which is based on Russian constructivism. Sort of clean lines, powerful blocks of colour, and interestingly, we have a rather beautiful model with very well-constructed cheekbones in front of a very constructed set, which I think is perfect.
Very well done.
I feel quite protective of the 3 people that are trying to get on with their creativity and amongst what must be for them a very surreal environment. There's lots of people looking at their work, making their comments, and that must be quite peculiar. I just want everybody to be happy and enjoying what they're going up for because they're under enough pressure.
When you see the portrait of Adrian, are you meant to think Mondrian?
Hopefully. We're playing around with some of the colours and some of the forms that he used in canvases like New York Boogie Woogie.
Now, what about Adrian? How well does he sit there?
Do you know, I think actors are probably our best sitters because they act sitting. When I sit, I just sort of relax into it, but he's so present and taut.
I don't know what house sitters normally are, but I'm trying to be as still as possible. I blink occasionally. But yeah, I hope I'm useful to them. I'm trying not to move. It's fun.
Kate, the set behind us is a very striking colour.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's really interesting because it's not just behind him, it's beneath him, and so it's a sort of a bath of colour.
Enveloping him.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's got a great pose, and actually I know a couple of the artists are really thinking about the way that his shoulder fits in to the scene and the sort of angle that they're able to view him from. He's not just sitting with his face, but actually sitting with his body, which is important.
There are things that I'm going through in my mind. I've been thinking about bits of music that I'm writing at the moment. So I'm kind of working, but I'm also just chilling and just enjoying the vibe, really.
TK, you put in an amazing couple of eyes.
Thanks.
Adrian has got very good eyes. He does good eyes. He's sort of, oh, yes, he does.
I feel that you kind of get like a vibe from him. It's kind of like a scary kind of like, ooh. Like if it was your dad, he'd be like, oh. Wow. You would listen to what he says.
Amateur artist Takondwa Matwali is an engineering student at the University of Sheffield. Her self-portrait took 1 month to create, mixing her palette from just yellow, blue, red and white.
There's a very beautiful yellow behind.
Yeah, I feel like the colours in the background go quite well because I just use primary colours anyways.
But presumably that sort of vertical format is helping you also with positioning him within the canvas.
Yeah, it's helped a lot, actually. It's like a kind of grid that helps out with this.
And also adds to the sinister atmosphere that you're clearly trying to create with this very benign, pleasant, calm sitter.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's working.
Thank you.
I notice you have a mirror. What's the mirror for?
Yes, it's like giving you a third eye.
Ah.
So an objective eye. When you work a lot on the model, you stop seeing mistakes. It's like a fresh eye. It doesn't do magic anyway, but
oh, well, that's
it's
a shame. We need to get you a magic mirror. That's what we need.
Sicilian-born Rosso Spotto became a professional artist after leaving her career in marketing. Her photo booth-style submission is a first on Portrait Artist of the Year and charmed the judges with its originality.
On your self-portrait, 4 heads, very ambitious.
Yeah, but I can guarantee it was not done in 4 hours.
But it certainly caught the imagination of the judges, so I think it's a good call.
Oh, thank you.
You're not going to do that here, you're sticking to 1.
Yeah, but it's fine.
So do you have an idea of how it's going to look, or you just, is it a surprise to you as it emerges?
I rather rely on my instinct.
Is that right? You don't overthink things?
Yeah.
Well, you know, your instincts have been great.
Yeah, I'm certainly getting into my bubble, so...
Great.
The artists have 2 hours left. But some have a lot more to do than others.
I get a bit more nervous now. If I concentrate on the eyes, get the detail in them, and then I can blend it out and just do what I can. I'm worried about everything.
I think now it's the most difficult moment to decide where to put the highlights, the intensity of the darks, and also not to get rid of the likeness. So that's the most, I would say, crucial period.
I think my morning's gone pretty good so far. I'm where I thought I would be. I just feel like I could overdo it, especially with my style. It could look too graphic, which I don't want. I guess I just have to not overwork it, which is the key.
Laying on some colour now. If I mix the wrong colours, it could just disrupt the whole painting. A bit nervous inside.
A little bit nervous, but yeah, I feel like I have a strong foundation, and I'm just now starting to go in to refine the features and fix some of the drawing errors that I've made. So I'm kind of wrestling with that. Hopefully I'll get there in the end.
The artists are 2 hours into their 4-hour challenge, painting Sophie Ellis-Bextor, Nitin Sawhney, and Adrian Lester.
I was hoping to be a bit further along than this. The last 2 hours are probably going to be quite tight. Yeah.
We're halfway through the competition. Judgments so far. Now, Ellie simply began with a very blue canvas, and I wonder how it's coming on.
I quite like the way she's come about the likeness of Sophie. It is a kind of caricaturish over-drawing, which I think captures her quite well.
OK, what about Jishen?
At the moment, it feels a bit surface for me. It's all very literal, so there's not much lightness. It's one of those works that I think the process is less good-looking than hopefully the outcome will be.
Right. Adrian, what about Emil?
You know, Emil very fast, knows what he's doing, blocked in the head, had the yellow in the background, and it's a beautiful bit of painting, so I'm very confident.
For me, Emil's one of the 3 artists, I think, who's really down the road quite well on likeness. You've also got Rosso's doing a good job. It's coming in and out. And I also think that Stevens is a pretty good likeness, even though we haven't seen very much.
I'm really interested by Stephen because that is a really quite amazing grid. But he's been really held to account by it, you know, and it was only within the last half an hour that he's actually started painting.
And Salvatore?
It's fabulous.
I really like it as well.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I think I'm worried it's too cartoony. There's not enough of the realness in there.
Oh, no, I think there's loads there. I think there's a real sense of mood and fragility and tension. I think it's really powerful.
Do you begin to see runners coming ahead?
I have a few favourites, but I know it's going to lead to horrible arguments, Jones. So.
Yeah, I think we're all in very different places, so I think today's going to be a fun one.
I've sneaked a couple of peeks because I'm more interested in process in a lot of ways than I am in end results. I think it's fascinating watching the evolution of somebody else's perception of you. Yeah, I definitely find that interesting, how someone else sees you, yeah.
I came into this with no preconceptions at all. I'm not necessarily expecting them all to be particularly flattering, and that's fine too. So I think it's really just going to come down to my favourite just being my actual taste. I'm always in awe of anyone that can paint and draw. I'm absolutely rubbish.
What the artists are doing is they're taking apart my face bit by bit. And I'm getting kind of like a score chart here. Good nose, tick. Eyes, yeah. It's OK, we'll concentrate on the ears, tick. It's very weird, it's very strange.
For many people, a successful portrait is mainly about finding a likeness. But once you've found it, you've got to hang on to it.
You've got to look for the certain points on a face which makes them that person. Right? When you hear people say, oh, I've got a good likeness and then I've lost it, it's basically that one of those points they've painted out. So you need these key points and you need to get them into your painting and keep them.
All the features add to make it look like the person. And like I still have the mouth and the ears to do. So if I lose the likeness anytime soon, that would be pretty bad.
I never really think likeness is that important for the painting itself, but for maybe the sitter. But I think like really old paintings, people, you don't know if they look like them.
Hello, Ellie.
Hello.
How are you finding today?
Yeah, OK. I'm just trying to look at the background, just make it a little bit neater at the moment.
So you're a football fan, I understand.
I am, yeah.
Supporting?
Arsenal. Are you like a Tottenham fan?
I am pretty much a fanatical Tottenham fan, so...
Just shift a little bit that way.
I know, I'm now looking at all the
joking.
red in this picture in a whole different light. Let's hope nothing happens to your picture in the next hour. I'd hate for there to be an accident.
As they enter the last hour of painting, what might look finished to some can be far from it for the artist.
Jishen, you've got a complete image here. Is there more to do?
Much more. I think the color of the mouth is not enough.
Okay.
And also the eyelashes.
You must have a fantastic... Where's the eyelash brush? There must be a...
Oh, this one.
That's quite big. You've got long, big eyelashes. So... Oh, no, look at that point there.
Yeah, that's why you need to, like, be very calm, not very...
So you're going to wait till the last moment when the pressure is the most, and then you're going to do the eyelashes. That's a really good plan.
The artists have just half an hour left.
I am still trying to refine the forms more and more. I feel at the moment that it looks a lot like him. It's only the time pressure. Yeah, I think we have less time than I imagine.
I'm okay. I'd like another 4 or 5 layers on top, you know. Just don't have the time to do it. At the end of the day, you can only do what you can only do. So just do your best.
One thing that I'm worried about is chasing the light, I would say. Maybe I shouldn't, but I think some changes are for the better. It's a massive challenge.
I'm basically putting some makeup for Sophie for the eyelash because, like, within 30 minutes, I can't do anything else.
I'm just trying to look at bits I can improve on and trying to do something with the clothes because normally I just sort of brush it in, but I want to make them look kind of nice. Kind of nice.
Nitin Sawhney, Sophie Ellis-Bextor and Adrian Lester have remained composed for nearly 4 hours, and time is nearly up.
I think I'm on track to completing. I'm literally just adding the highlights, but it's basically done. I don't want to overwork it, so I need to stop soon.
I feel like I could use more time because I could mess it up at this point. It's getting very fiddly, but I'm also feeling like I could continue to work on this for a whole other day.
I'm happy with the way it is now, but obviously I would like to have it properly finished. Another 4 days would do me.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
Emil, you put a bit of green in the background. Today's been a dance for you. You're playing with it, pushing and pulling, never fully satisfied. You've only got a few minutes left and you're still doing it.
I'm still doing it.
It's great, to the very end.
To the very end.
I'm pretty much done. Yeah, it's really stressful, but it's done now.
Artists, your time is up.
Please put down your equipment and step away from your portraits.
Well done. Adrian, Sophie and Nitin have fulfilled their sitting duties. Now it's time for the artists to reveal their work. Sophie, the long sit-in is over.
I just got comfortable.
Good. Has it been all right?
It's been lovely. I hope you all feel really happy with what you've done, because I know you've worked really hard.
Well, this is a great moment. Artists, will you turn your easels round, please?
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Well, come and meet the artists.
Yes, please. Good to see you a bit closer up. So much detail and work.
Was you a good sitter?
Yes, you was.
Was I?
Yeah, you were great. So good.
I tried really hard for most of it. Amazing.
Thank you.
So you have given me the best hair I've ever had. And look at the eyelashes and the eyebrows. Wow.
It's a wonderful achievement.
You've really got your own stamp of what your style is, but I really recognise myself in there. I'm blown away by what you and your fellow painters have done.
Well, this is the moment.
I've been dreading this bit, to
You
be
have a
honest.
painting to take home.
Yeah. I might go for the one that I can picture in my mum's house, which actually is yours, Ellie. I think I'll go for that one. Thank you so much. I'm going to risk the paint. Thank you so much.
Artists, can you please turn your easels?
Just talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm just going to... I'm kind of lost for words. It's really cool.
Right, let's go and have a look at them one by one.
Fantastic piece.
There's a vulnerability there, isn't there?
I think
almost
so.
a sadness.
I am thinking, mate, cheer up. But there's a softness to it as well. You've got a vibrancy to the colours, and you've caught my silver greys there. It's really good work.
Thank you. Oh, I've got paint in my hand.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's that from the silver bits you put on his head.
Thanks. We mentioned them again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very serene.
It is very serene. I must have been thinking something completely different to...
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well
Right,
done.
Adrian, it's time to make a choice. You get to take one of these home.
I think I would like to take home this one. It's just a softness to it. Reminds me of being young again. Thank you.
Wow, it's weird seeing yourself in so many perspectives. God, how bizarre.
Right, come and meet the artist.
Thank you. I really recognise those as my eyes. It's just the feeling that you've got in the way I think.
Thank you.
It feels like me again. I guess I'm always in another world, and I'm always thinking about other things apart from what's in front of me, so it's got that.
And finally, Salvatore.
What I like is you got my leather jacket in. I like this jacket. You've actually got the way I sit really, really good. Nice one. Thank you.
And now, your choice of the three.
I think they're all fantastic, but just because it feels most like me and the way I think of myself, I think Sarah's one, it's amazing. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Incredible.
With nothing more they can do, the artists get some fresh air and await the verdict of the judges.
I love Ellie's passion for that blue colour as a ground, but then also allowing it to bleed into the outlines on the face.
And it's great likeness. It's distorted and over-exaggerated, and Sophie's alive in it.
G10 has got a lovely, light, fresh quality. I think the lack of lightness is problematic.
Yeah.
It's a pity, though, isn't it? Because it is a beautiful piece of painting. Seb's drawing this morning was so beautiful. It's a very powerful painting, but I don't think he improved on the rather wonderful drawing.
I think what Emil did was have a bit of a dance with this painting, and it was really admirable to see how seriously he took the actual sitter and the light conditions. You know, he was really responsive.
I really like the fact that Tika engaged with the background. She really used blocks of colour as an important part of the composition.
I like the way that Rosso painted him. I think she caught that sort of pensive quality of his. It's gentle.
I think Salvatore did a fantastic job. He's got the pose beautifully, that tension.
I see where you're coming from. I had a problem with it for most of the day, but I think actually some of the cartoon-like quality was resolved when he added these beautiful shadows. It's very gentle, it's very tender. Love all these peach tones. I just expected a bit more.
Stephen's gridding was so fine that the likeness he got is spot on. But with this monumental head, I just don't think he had enough time to show us what he could do. But there's a lovely feeling of Nitin in it.
To find a semi-finalist, the judges begin by narrowing them down to 3.
If we're talking about sort of overdrawing and caricature, I kind of like this one better.
Me
here.
too. I prefer this one to this one.
But I think those two are really not as strong as these three.
So, OK, those 3 it is then.
OK, that's actually quite a punchy little lineup we've got.
Artists, it's been a joy watching your paintings come together. Thank you for your hard work and for your unwavering enthusiasm.
It's been a hard task, but the judges have come up with a short list of 3. And the first artist is Ellie Preston.
The second artist is Salvatore Fulham.
The third artist to be shortlisted, Emil Nicola.
Our commiserations to the rest of you, but your work was much appreciated. Thank you.
The whole experience has been absolutely fantastic. I mean, a bit disappointed, obviously, but I knew the time was going to be a big issue, but it's just been a brilliant day.
By comparing the artist's self-portraits with the work produced today, the judges can pick a semi-finalist.
So, I've learnt something today, which is that I am wrong to try and guess who you're going to pick. I really am surprised, in a good way, by your choices today.
That was very nice.
I am.
Now, how did you come to choose Salvatore?
I think he's a very nervous, sensitive soul. And you can see it in his submission. There is this torturedness. And in his portrait of knitting, he's been able to sort of channel that.
He's got it through that slump in the back.
There's something very clever in the way that he approaches things. There's a likeness, isn't there? And the likeness isn't just in the face, the likeness is in the whole body.
OK, what about Ellie's too?
The way that she puts paint down is really new. It looks like big blocks of paint, but actually they're flat and smoothed out, so there's a strange illusion happening. But it works.
What I really love is that use of the blue and how she's made it distinctively her own, the way those lines creep through.
And a wonderful dynamism in the likeness of Sophie. She's really present.
Right, what about Emil?
Emil's self-portrait is very sensitive. He knows how to lay paint down. He uses colours in a very delicate way. With Adrian's portrait, he was able to master the same skills he showed in the self-portrait.
Yeah, Emil showed us that he cares very much about what's in front of him because he just kept thinking about the light changing and having to constantly do this dance. And what you get is a journey in painting to find that portrait.
But it's difficult for us because we're wrestling with so many things when we're trying to pick winners. You're looking for someone who's bringing something new, but you're also looking for someone who knows what they're doing. You're looking for something that is fresh and different, but that isn't cheesy or cliched. So there are a lot of different things we're trying to do in identifying winners each week.
Well, it'll be interesting to see which one you've gone for.
Salvatore, Ellie, Emil, you've each of you shown such talent today, but only one can go forward.
The artist that the judges have selected demonstrated perseverance in fighting to create not only a good portrait, but a painting that worked. And that artist is Emil Nicola.
I didn't expect, to be honest. It feels good. We're looking forward to the next round.
Congratulations. Well done. We'll see you in the next round. What we really liked about Emil is he tussled with that painting all day. He was really looking for the likeness, and he pulled it through. Emil's going to be a great semi-finalist. I can't wait to see what he does.
I feel really happy, really proud. I've seen him working so hard and spending so many sleepless nights, just perfecting his technique. So I feel really happy for him. He really deserves it.
Dad won. How about that?
Yes.